Hey everyone, and welcome back to Field Trips. Today we are at Macedo's mini acre and alpaca and llama farm. I am so excited for today's trip because I know nothing about alpacas and llamas, but I think today is really going to be fun. Let's go. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tara, a farmer from Northern California, and this channel is mainly about farming, but sometimes it's not. And today we are going on a field trip. I am out at Macedo's mini acre today, and you guys raise alpacas and llamas.
Correct.
And we have Maureen and Larry. And would you guys just like to explain kind of how you got into this business, if you came from it or how you got it started?
Oh boy, that's a story in itself. We both have ag backgrounds. Maureen grew up in town, but her grandfather's ranch was just around the corner in the next street. So when she was a kid, she was always out here riding horses in the area and everything. I grew up on a farm. We had a small dairy, then we went into melons and potatoes, corn and alfalfa and all that. And Maureen went to Davis, wanted to be a vet.
Yeah.
I went to Chico State and got a degree in accounting. And
Mine's in genetics.
Okay.
Hers genetics. So we've been married 25 years, and after we've been together for a while, our emphasis is always we wanted to be back out in the country on a farm. One of our daughters was a knitter, and she worked in a yarn shop in downtown here. She came home one night, bouncing off the wall, so excited about this
She's
yarn.
like 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
The yarn that was just fantastic to use. So it was so soft, it was so nice, so easy to use, but it was expensive.
Okay.
So the comment was, we need to find a way to get it cheaper. So 13 years ago we bought our first two. We still have one of them here.
He was our main stud, and Jack Daniels. So
very
you know
nice.
what color he is. Our grandson, who's now a freshman in high school, we do a lot of performance shows, like obstacle courses and shows, and he said, I don't want to show an alpaca, I want a llama. They're smarter. So the person who originally owned this ranch was one of my mentors. It was a llama ranch. So my grandson had saved money from helping at shows and doing crafts. So he had money, and so she made a deal for him. He doesn't know what kind of a deal he got. But that was Sarah Dippity. So she's actually coming back. She was on a date recently for the last month. So that was his first llama, and since then he's got Keebler and a couple others.
Wow.
And so he's been state fair grand champion and youth for his outstanding youth for his exhibitor for his age group.
He knows what he's doing.
He's doing a really good job. He's got a good way with the animals. Angel face.
Angel face. Do they all like people, or is it kind of like depending personality?
They all have their own personalities.
Okay.
You know, each one's different. Samara here will be 23 next month.
Wow.
She's the grand dame of the ranch.
She is.
So she's gotten to be a skinny old lady because her teeth are kind of worn down.
Snowy's 11, I think, right now. Angel Faith is about the same age.
Yeah.
She's behind there. Yeah. This is Ohura.
She's from our Star Trek line.
Oh, Star Trek
Her
line.
grandfather's name was Star Trek. So she's about a year and a half now.
So these are alpacas.
These are alpacas.
alpacas.
And then what's the typical lifespan of an alpaca?
Mid-teens, 16, 17, 18.
Oh, so she's quite old then.
She's quite old, yeah.
For being 23.
Yes.
She's like 105 in people years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Llamas tend to live a little longer because down South America, where they originated, alpacas are bred for their fiber. Is what fiber of the kings.
Yep.
The llamas were the workhorses down there because they didn't have wheels, high mountainous terrain. So you'd have packs, and they still do in the high altiplano in Peru and Bolivia, Argentina, packs of 40 and 50 llamas carrying goods to the market. So you wanted an animal that was good-natured, able to carry a lot, and had a long life, because once you got them trained, you didn't want to have to retrain a replacement easily.
The alpacas were spoiled. They'd go up in the hills and graze all winter, bring them down, give them their haircut, harvest their fiber, and then send them back up.
Okay.
So
So the llamas were the workers, and the alpacas got the good life.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
Basically it.
pretty
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. See if we can
Oh,
see
they are
that.
just so cute. I don't want to stress anybody out.
Oh, no, you're fine. And Allie's got blue eyes,
She's
which
beautiful.
is not typical.
Hi,
but
I'm
she's not
sorry. Am I
deaf.
stressing you out?
There's different types of blue eyes.
Okay.
There's one type that is deaf.
Oh,
But
deaf.
she is deaf.
I heard you
Yeah.
say she's not. She's deaf.
She is
No.
not.
Oh, she's not deaf.
No.
Hi, I'm sorry. Are we stressing you out? They're the professionals. How you doing?
Can't get much more close up than that.
It's about as close as you can get. She likes to eat shoes, though. Her mother's nickname is the Pill because she comes up and steals my shoes or unties shoelaces.
And this is
Uhura.
Uhura, part of the Star Wars line. Star Trek.
Star Wars is Ray, her father's.
So are these good pets? Or what? Or do you have? Okay, that's what I was curious
Yeah,
about. So
no.
don't like them for pets.
Don't like them for pets. They're livestock.
They're livestock.
Yeah.
Okay,
They need a herd. Every once in a while you see one on the internet,
by itself.
and
And it's sad.
it's sad. And
So how many at a minimum should
we
someone
suggest
own?
3.
3.
And then it's a nice little herd.
Okay.
2 is the minimum. Same sex, similar age.
Okay, I was gonna ask, like, if someone wanted 3, would 3 females be okay?
3
or
females are good.
are
or
3
3
males okay?
3 males are okay.
Okay.
They'll have little neck wrestling bouts, play king of the hill.
Okay.
But if there aren't any females on the ranch, you don't have as much drama either.
Right.
Because the males will try and establish dominance if they see females.
Right. That makes sense.
yeah.
And they have to be shorn.
Absolutely,
Right? So if
yeah.
you're gonna have them, you've got to either know how to do it or have someone lined up that can do
Right.
it. And how is that, like a once a year
Once
thing?
a year, right
Once a year.
around the 1st of April when it starts getting warm.
Okay.
And that's our harvest.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we've got this crew comes, it's a crew of 4. We have clients bring their animals over as well because we get a quantity discount on
Oh,
the,
that's
on the fee,
nice.
which is nice. But that way we are handling the fiber, so we're assessing it as it comes off the animal.
Okay.
So I've already got in my head what it's going to be used for. Am I going to use it as a show blanket? Am I going to, keep it and use it for, is it going to be a hand spinner? Is it going to go to the mill and be yarn? Is it going to be rugs? What's it
Okay.
going to be used for? We did have 3 llamas in here at one time, but Silver Legacy turned 25, and all of a sudden one day he just said he wasn't getting up. So we just kind of fed him and took care of him, and he just passed in his sleep. So
So you had mentioned the alpacas live in the teens. So
Yes.
is the llamas have the same lifespan?
usually a little longer.
A little bit longer.
Cries a little bit.
Okay.
Come here, Keebs.
So this is
This is Keebler.
Keebler. And how old is Keebler?
7 gonna be 8. Hi, buddy.
7 gonna be 8.
Yeah. So he's grandson's
I'm good to
show
pet
boy.
him?
Oh, absolutely.
Don't spit on me,
He
please.
No, so you can feel he's got a straight back. So a llama can carry 50, 60 pounds easily. Whereas alpaca carries potato chips if you go on a hike.
Oh, look at it.
But Keebler and Ethan have been grand champion. He's been a good, I had my 3-year-old granddaughter walk him around one day. Llamas tend to be really gentle and really good with people. That's what they were bred for.
Aw, he looks so sweet. And
He
yes,
is a
and he is
sweetheart.
so do you ever shave them?
Oh yes, once a year, same thing. Most llamas, there are different fiber styles in llamas, whereas with alpacas you've got Wakaya and Surrey. With llamas you've got a Surrey coat, single coat, and a double coat.
Wow.
And then there's a classic llama, the ones you see like down at Hearst Mansion,
Okay.
where those are the ones you traditionally take on hikes. They have very little fiber on the legs and belly. It's very short. The guard hairs, you can see the guard hairs kind of sticking up there. And
This guy?
This guy here. That's more like our hairs, and it kind of protects the fuzzy part underneath.
He's like, I
Yeah,
don't know
Keebler's
you.
been in Target commercial. He's been
You've
in
been
a lot
in a
of
Target commercial?
He's been in a lot of senior portraits, Christmas cards. There's a family that comes out every year to do Christmas cards
With
with
him?
him. Yeah. And so he'll wear like a wreath or wear hats or things like that.
How did he end up in a Target commercial?
It was a random phone call, and somebody said, "Hey, we're shooting we're shooting
Yeah.
a commercial. Do you have any llamas that you could use. And it's like, well, when? Today? And it's like, he won't be washed very well, but
Oh, he's such a sweet boy.
he is. Yeah, and so it was really cute because the guy and his daughters were out and they had the llama gear that you see at Target.
Uh-huh.
I think the commercial aired like once at 2 a.m. or something. But he'd go, well, do you think the girls could hold him? Here.
Yeah.
Will he look this way? Keebler.
Oh, he's a pro.
Oh yeah, he knows.
He's good.
These are a couple of their
These.
fleeces.
Yeah, so.
Out here. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one is much heavier.
Much heavier. So this is the Surrey.
So this is the one that it
This
looks
is the
like
one
the
that looks
long
like,
hair.
yeah, Bob Marley looks.
Bob Marley.
And so you can see how shiny it is. And this is the Wakaya.
The Wakaya. Oh, yeah.
You can see the crimp.
Yes.
This is a little short.
And this is the same amount of area as
Same
this
amount
one?
of area as this one.
Wow.
But you can feel this
yeah,
one
that's
is
still,
light.
that's like a light feather.
It's a light feather.
yeah,
and
this is definitely heavy.
Yeah.
Process we go through, they're shorn, we take that off, we'll skirt the fleece to take out any extra vegetable matter we see, any guard hairs, you know, and we'll pick it with just separating the fibers.
Okay.
And we'll just take
And
them.
then it looks like this?
It'll look like this.
Okay.
Now we got to put it back together.
Okay.
So like you comb your hair, that's what this machine is doing. Comes out the other end in what's called a cloud.
Comes in here, and it goes through 14 wheels.
Right.
And then it comes out on the other side eventually.
It's coming out here.
And just feel this.
Wow, that feels amazing. It's too bad people can't feel.
I know, I know.
That is so soft.
I like the way this back comes out better.
Okay.
So I put it on here. And it's just basically taking the fiber, combing it
It's
together.
packing it so you've got more.
Yeah.
And
In
does
a
it
piece.
stay on that wheel?
It's
or
gonna
is it coming
stay on.
out
It's
anywhere?
gonna stay on this wheel
Okay.
until he takes it off.
This is how it looks when it comes off here.
So once it's done on here, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, I peel it off. And it comes out.
And this you can use to make.
It's called a bat. You can use it
You
for
can use
felting.
it.
You can take it and spin it.
Wow.
She's a spinner. She'll show you that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But this is nice because you can take from the cloud or take this. You can make rugs. You can make all kinds of things from it.
Yeah.
So
So how old is this piece of machinery, do you think? 1800s?
Late 1800s. It's all cast iron.
you know, it's difficult for folks who have just a few alpacas.
Uh-huh.
What do you do with the fiber? Well, you can send it to a mill. We're big enough now that we do a lot of our own processing rather than send it off. But if you go to one of the mini mills, they're processing 20 pounds at a time, so their machinery's a lot bigger. A big mill, commercial mill that makes like our shirts and things, you're gonna have a room full of this.
Wow.
And so, but it's the same basic process.
Yeah.
It's just bigger equipment. That's all there is to
Yeah.
it.
Here.
Yeah. So this is a shop.
Oh,
so
and
that's
people can buy it and
nice.
make their own stuff.
Right. So these are produced at a mill.
Okay.
So we send the fiber, it's skirted, it's been cleaned as best but not washed. It goes to a mill, and then I get the fiber. This is hand spun over on this side.
Oh, beautiful.
So, and that's kind of the fun part, is you can get some really unique things. So
Yeah, and it's like a very unique texture. Not as
Texture
like
and colors.
clean, which is
Right.
nice. I mean, that's really can end up being a beautiful piece.
And it actually lets you create the pattern with the fiber instead of following a pattern. So I would say for new people, it's really a good thing to try. Take this off.
So this is
Let me
the
get this out of
spinning
your way. I
machine.
won't touch your wheel.
You are so funny.
This what's Sleeping Beauty pricked her finger on,
Yeah,
or was
she
that
would have
something
pricked her
different?
finger on this. It's called a distaff.
Okay.
So this one is made of wood. As you see them in old pictures with a lot of fiber on them and fancy ribbons, people decorated them, and then you pull the fiber down. It got boots on, so it's rather clunky. So this is called a castle wheel because it's like a Sleeping Beauty wheel. This is a travel one. This one is actually a modern take. So this was made in New Zealand. I probably have like 9 wheels because I give spinning lessons and that too.
And you just kind of pedal with your
You kind
feet.
of pedal. It's like riding a mountain bike, but you don't go anywhere. So when my students who didn't know me at first, when they'd ask me what I'd do, and I'd say, oh, I was spinning all weekend, and they kind of look and go, really? And I go, no, on a spinning wheel.
So has this been dyed here?
This has been dyed, and it's kind of fun. I use a lot of dyes, all the things I got in trouble for spilling on when I was a kid. And then at Girl Scouts, I did, one of my badges was on natural dyeing.
Oh.
So I found that when we moved this last time, and it's like, oh, I can actually use that.
So is there any technique here of what you're doing with your hands?
Yes, actually, it's I'm doing what's called a short draw. So this hand, I've got a drafting triangle. This is holding the fibers and determining how thick the thread is going to be. This hand keeps it from pinching and going back in. So this is just controlling. The hardest part when learning to spin is just relaxing. I usually give my students homework to go home and just practice pedaling.
Okay.
Because you can change. This is like, if you look here, this is like a 10-speed or a mountain bike. You can change
Okay.
the ratio just like you would for a bike.
Okay.
So I can pedal it the same but get a tighter twist. So if you feel that.
Oh yes. Okay. Whoops. Did I
Okay.
pull on it too
Nope.
hard?
Nope. And then if I want to check and make sure. So this is
It's
what
like magic.
and so this is going to be, it's hanging nice and straight.
Okay.
So it's got good weight on it. You can kind of feel how springy it is.
Yeah.
So you actually spin 3 times to get one strand of yarn. You spin
Okay.
a single, and then put them together.
Okay.
And there are different techniques you can do for putting them together that makes one of the strands fluffy, another one not. You can change how thick it is. I mean, the whole,
Wow.
it's-
So this is just the first round,
this is the first round, yeah.
and then you'll go a second and a third. This is the second.
This is the second,
And
so
this
this
is
another
the
bottle.
third here?
This is a third one here.
Wow.
So I was showing somebody how to do that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Beautiful. So if someone was local, they could come get a spinning lesson from you.
Yep, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and I have wheels. I always say you need to try before you buy,
Right.
because the wheels all have their own personality. And so a wheel, this one I like, and I have, well, like I said, I've got like 9 wheels. I've got one that was designed by a NASA engineer who also is a 50s car buff. So it's titanium bearings and blue and silver, but it doesn't, it's very heavy.
Okay.
So it's my in-the-house wheel. This one I can pick up and I strap it into a car seat and
You're
off we
good to
go.
go.
Good to go. Because normally when we do school tours, that's we spin. They always want to pet the alpacas, but that's kind of it. So.
Wow, that was so much fun. That makes me, I've been thinking about getting a llama, and that makes me want one, but also makes me realize how much more research I need to do, which I knew I needed to do a lot of research. I wasn't just going to go and buy a llama without knowing anything. Thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will catch you at the next one.
Sustainability. It's who we are and what we do. We're in it for the good of farmers. We're increasing the livelihoods and sustainable practices of 500 million smallholder farmers. We're in it for good.